Hey-o! What's going on, everybody?
Everybody's okay.
Everybody's okay. Everybody's great. What could be better? Another episode of IoT Nuggets. It's actually the grand finale.
Yes, it is.
Episode 5 of the 5-part series we've been doing with NuvolinQ.
We made it through, Maury. Well, yes, I should say it. We got another 10 minutes. We don't know yet.
Don't jump the gun. Yeah. But so far, so good. And we've had a great time discussing all of the solutions and things that are going on in the IoT space that NuvolinQ is involved with. And now bringing in Guy Chevrette from iMetric Labs, the founder and CEO of that company, and Maurizio Tersigni, who is the president and CEO of NuvolinQ. We talked a little bit about the solution that iMetric Labs is bringing to the table and how NuvolinQ is helping them bring it to market. And now we're going to dig in a little bit into the differentiator on this technology when it comes to security, which is really important. And sometimes you may not realize how important it is until you have some kind of breach. Security is really where it's at. And this is a real differentiator with this solution. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Steve Brumer, my illustrious co-host from BHIoT Group.
Still haven't been fired.
Still have not been fired yet. And we don't even think it's imminent, actually. We don't. But hey, Steve, I'm going to hand it off to you, my friend. Take it away with these two leaders in the space.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate it. All right. So as we wrap this series up, I wanted to try and focus in on the new Link 1.0 UICC eSIM and really what its key differentiator is around security. Because it's right now in our industry, obviously IoT and security are synonymous. There isn't a day that doesn't go by where there's not another webinar, seminar, podcast, document, paper, wherever it is on a worldwide basis talked about. But we still have a very low penetration rate of people that actually care. Right. I mean, I've talked to some Fortune 500 companies that are using 3, 4, 5 different types of security on their IoT. And it's just like, how the hell do you manage? Is it a swivel chair? How do you manage something like that? So I wanted to, since we have Guy here, I wanted to talk a little bit more about that as it relates to the Link 1.0 SIM that you're announcing next month. So for those who may not have seen episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, welcome to episode 5. Maury, who are you and what is NuvolinQ really good at?
Yeah, Maurizio Tersigni, president of NuvolinQ. And what we do, and I think we do very well, is we provide connectivity solutions around the world that are simple, secure, and highly reliable for IoT use cases of every type and kind that our customers require. And we do it by providing both native and roaming and multi-SIM connectivity, but we do it reliably and with good service.
Excellent. And so one great thing about what NuvolinQ is doing is in a partnership with iMetric Labs and Guy around the technology that those guys have produced and are going to deliver in August when the product is launched. So Guy, tell us a little bit about your organization and why did Maury and the team come to you in the first place?
Thank you, Steve. We are a private IoT research lab. We develop tools that will populate our toolbox, and we offer those tools to accelerate the deployment of IoT solutions. So I have been put in contact with the folks at NuvolinQ because everybody was looking for a solution. I was looking for a partner to implement our new business model that we are not facing the end user customer. We want to have a go-to-market partner. So talking with Mark first, and after that, Maury and the team in Toronto, we decided to put our strength together and how we can accelerate the deployment of that EUICC to address exactly, Steve, what you mentioned about security. So It's a major showstopper for reaching that a 5.3 billion by 2030, for example, of IoT devices to be deployed. I said we cannot do it with the way we are managing security and connectivity and provisioning, and we need to improve it. So that was our starting point to put our heads together. And I bring the idea that, hey, why not to use the fantastic encryption engine we have as part of the EUICC to build a very strong security and not put at risk, even we want to reduce the TCO, the total cost of ownership of the solution at the end without compromising the security. So we have put our effort together, and we have say, okay, how I can use that a crypto engine. Because again, Steve, it's used by the industry for years. I think one of the fact that the GSM win over CDMA is because of that security and and standardize around that. So this was we said, why not to use what we have? It's a very powerful, underutilized, okay, and how we can leverage that is based on standard, okay, and it can really address the security issue by leveraging that crypto engine already used by the MNO to do the authentication and the AKA the key exchange in order to authenticate who are we. And moving to that security, the EUICC allow us to implement a multiple identity based on what we are running with that device. So as we are doing today, we don't use the only one password for all our accounts. Okay, we have to reduce the risk that if we are hacked, okay, we cannot be impacted. So this is a kind of a philosophy or approach we have developed around that EUICC, having that running a global platform standard. Global platform is a standard developed by the banking industry around 2005, and unfortunately has been adopted by GSMA. So we said, hey, why not? Even it's not a very easy, it's quite a complex environment to develop with, but he said it makes sense to make the effort in order to bring that to a level where it's very easy. This is why we have labeled that product 1.0, one SKU, zero touch. Okay, everything is done over the air, and again, without compromising the security.
So, Maury, one thing that NuvolinQ is extremely good at and famous for is your ability to do POS terminals and credit card transactions devices and things like that. Obviously, looking at PCI compliance and all the other things that are there from a software standpoint, where do you think this fits into that market right now? What are you planning on? How are you going to attack the market with this new product?
Sure, and that's a great question, because I mean, we've done very well in that market up to now, mainly because of our approach to it in terms of understanding the market, but more importantly, within our current offering on network, it's security is built in, with private APNs, with static IP, private static IPs. We've built as much security as we possibly could. This takes it one step further with this UICC. It allows us to continue on with that with added security. And to that point, we've been working with some of our POS partners right now in helping them develop their next generation devices with this embedded SIM in it, with this embedded security in it. So they're anticipating this in the marketplace, and we're helping them kind of position themselves so they can take full advantage of it.
Excellent. And Guy, one final question that I have for you. You're an unbelievable technologist, and we respect you for many, many years in some of the things that you have done. But can you give us a little hint as to what you see as do we need to educate the industry and the marketplace about this capability and what your product is going to do with the help of the NuvolinQ? Like, how hard? I mean, do people really know and understand this enough to buy it?
No, it's a good comment. The fact that yes, we need to educate. I feel like I was 20 years ago, a bit like educating, pioneer the market. I think the main challenge is the fact that in the past the SIM, the eSIM, was the sheriff in town was the MNO. Now we are moving to a multi-tenant environment where we can have our separate security domain for our own stuff, where I can save some secure keys and instead to use certificate like we are doing on the internet today. So yes, you're right. We need to educate. We need to learn how we can coexist on the EUICC. MNO as his own security domain. We can use our own security domain. So the industry altogether, we need to address the security, okay, because it's a multi-tenant, okay, or multi-security domain environment now, and how we can live together. So that's if we want to, again, deploy for 1 billion of those, we need to have this kind of environment. And you're right, it's part of our mission to educate and remove barrier and put everybody working together to solve that security issue.
Excellent. I totally agree with you, and great to be a part of this team to be able to do that. So, Maury, you're going to be bringing this product to market next month with a launch in August. How do people get a hold of you? Where do we go from here? How do they get this product?
Sure. So they can contact us either at NuvolinQ.com, our website, or through LinkedIn as well. We've got NuvolinQ and LinkedIn. We've got myself, Guy as well, and the rest of our organization. And get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to provide more information.
Excellent. That's awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for another amazing episode. One of the things that we try to do on these IoT Nuggets is to educate. And Guy, that's why I kind of set you up with that question, because there is so much, talk about things, but the practical reality is we got to be able to deploy this thing in massive numbers and billions of IoT devices. And in order to ensure security, governments are getting involved with regulations that we're going to have to follow. There's so many aspects coming on board. And so this new product, the Link 1.0 product coming out from NuvolinQ, is critical, and the timing could not be any better. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Doug, close us out, Doug.
Thank you, Steve. And yeah, a lot of opportunity, which is really exciting. And that's what makes it exciting to have people like you representing the companies that you represent on this show, so that we can talk about the bleeding edge of technology in the IoT space, which is what IoT Nuggets is all about. So
yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. This was a great series with NuvolinQ. I enjoyed it. Hope all of you out there in IoT Nugget land did too. And go ahead and you can reach out if Steve wants to point to it. There he goes. There he goes. bhiotgroup.com. That's the website if you want to reach out and talk to Steve and John Hubler and the rest of their crew.
And you will see the IoT Nuggets. You'll see all these up on all of our LinkedIn sites, both our companies on the individual. We also have IoT Nuggets on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, there you can see not only these 5 episodes, but all the ones we've done in the past.
You got it. LinkedIn, the website, YouTube, we're all over the place. So thanks once again for joining in. Guy, Maury, Steve, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.